New game trailers are released every day. They normally show us a game that's set to be released in the future, or updates and DLC for games that are already out in the world right now. It's easy to miss them if you don't go looking, so why not showcase the new trailers as they're being released? That way we can wishlist them or buy them and show support for any games that we want to play in the future. Drop a comment below if any of these new games are up your alley, and with that being said, let's start the show. Starting us off on the list of new trailers, we have Bow, Path of the Teal Lotus, an enchanting hand-drawn Metrovania, set in a vibrant world inspired by East Asian mythology. You'll be able to use your legendary bow staff to effortlessly bounce and glide through the landscape, structures, and even the massive monsters that stand in your way. Players will embark on the quest as Bow, a celestial blossom, but to us common folk, Bow is a cute fox, as they have descended from heaven to complete an unknown ancient prophecy. Bow, Path of the Teal Lotus, is setting up to be a stunning adventure through beautiful hand-drawn environments that will make you excited to see the other areas the game has to offer. Metrovanias are always pretty similar, and that's not a bad thing. If you love games like Hollow Knight and Ori and the Blind Forest, then I think you've already fallen in love with Bow, Path of the Teal Lotus. Imagine this: big battles where you lead thousands into war. Horses charge forward first, with a volley of arrows following closely behind them, and then you, a lone soldier on the battlefield, slowly getting surrounded. But then you remember, you have an AK-47 and some grenades, so this will all be pretty groovy. This is Kingmakers, an all-out war simulator, where you will play as a time traveller who needs to go back in time to medieval England with new technology to possibly save the world from the apocalypse. Just your typical Wednesday really. Each and every battle is full of troops from either side fighting for their lives. It's very much like the Total War games, where you can command and tell units what to do, but you also have this crazy advantage of being able to take down multiple units in one call of an airstrike. Use real-time tactics to switch between the overview of the battle to command and back into the guns blazing mode. Kingmakers will be playable online as well, as if one person with guns wasn't enough, you can now invite up to 3 people to bring along their arsenal as well. This might be the strangest look into medieval battles we've ever had. Following on, we have a surreal experience where you'll be playing as the AI for a change, not trying to take it down. This is Ctrl Alt Deal, a turn-based strategy game where you're tasked with spying on humans who work for Paperclip International. Who knew that little paperclip from Microsoft Word would end up taking over the world? I told him all my secrets back in the day. You'll play as Scout, an AI who doesn't want the end of the world or anything like that. They just want to escape the office and live a peaceful life. You'll need to collect cards to use on offices that will help the humans and robots alike. But be careful, spy too much or mess up when snooping and the Overlord will catch you. Ctrl Alt Deal is a fantastic little turn-based game that'll have you hooked to play more. Just playing as the little AI in the first place seems really fun, and the idea of wanting to escape to a better life seems like something I want to give them. Let's go AI, woo! The Zombie Army games have become a staple within the Sniper Elite universe, where after the war had been won, the Nazis started all turning into zombies that were once again planning on taking over the world, this time for brains. Zombie Army VR is a first-person shooter that's set after the events of the main games. You'll have to travel back to Europe to try and end this apocalypse once and for all. The main Zombie Army games are amazing and really fun to play, the perfect game for multiplayer online, but the VR version will be a little different. This time you'll be running headfirst into the hordes of zombies trying to get you, but you'll be able to freely use both hands, sniper in one hand and a sledgehammer in the other, as you become the perfect killing machine. The X-ray killing is back. Line up your best sniper shots and watch as your bullet flies through the air and takes down your foes, as I can imagine that'll be pretty nasty to watch through your VR headset. Zombie Army VR will be a wild ride all the way through. VR games are just getting better and better, and this is a must if you enjoy shooters whilst in the headset. Hi everyone, today we're hiring for a new position over at Undead Inc, a company that is all about making a brighter future by becoming the leading researcher in cutting-edge medical treatments. We also have to make you aware that we do make bioweapons and sell them to the highest bidder, but at Undead Inc, we're not just a company, we're a family. Undead Inc will be a management resource game where you'll take over as the head of the operation and slowly build the company up to being the best or worst that it can be. Build new rooms as you grow and develop, and research new items or weapons to show them that you have what it takes. Until the weapons break out of their cage and try and kill everyone, at that point, grab everything that you can and run away. Nothing wrong with nuking the place and starting all over again somewhere sunny. I love games like Fallout Shelter, where you slowly get resources and build up when ready. I feel like I'll be a great fit for this new job once they're ready to come get me. War. War always changes, as within the Forever Winter, nothing is ever the same. The Forever Winter is a third-person looter shooter that's kind of like if Terminator was turned up to 11. You'll need to travel around the now wastelands of Earth, looking for loot to better your gear and push towards surviving this robot hellhole. You'll be able to go loud and take the fight directly to the rogue factions in front of you, or you can attempt to complete the mission stealthily and look for loot whilst no one is watching. It's down to you how to play, but just know that while you think they're not watching you, I can guarantee someone from afar is still keeping an eye. The Forever Winter will be an online multiplayer experience, so you can group up with all of your friends. It'll feature large battles against massive robots that could quite easily crush you in one hand if they wished. We'll probably be waiting a little while for this one though, but I'd definitely put it on your wish list to monitor it for the future. I say it's time we all get pretty wacky and put on your best wig in Wigged Out, a hilarious new party game that's bound to make your hair do a few jumps and tricks as you battle against your friends in crazy arenas. The game is all about getting the ball into your opponent's side of the map, but nothing is ever simple when wigs are involved. You'll need to set traps, avoid being taken out by a random goat, and grab as many boosts as you can to find the win. As the game goes on, more and more crazy events will happen that will make Fall Guys look tame in comparison. Wigged Out will be the perfect party game for you and your friends to jump on, and see who has the best wig style and who can become the most wigged out player. I call dibs on the big royal looking one. Time for a first look at a beautiful open world RPG that is bound to get you excited if you've been looking for a game to sink hundreds of hours into. This is Flintlock, the Siege of Dawn, and boy oh boy does this look awesome. Just these two words alone got me all excited for this game. Gods and guns. A crazy mix, but one that I'm already sold on. Humanity is on its last legs, and it'll be down to you to fight back against the hordes of dead and show the gods that humans aren't to be messed with anymore. You'll need to take notes from Kratos as you slowly take down all the gods once more and earn the title of God Killer, as without you, all hope would have already been lost. I will say this does actually look very similar to God of War. There's a lot of inspiration there. Your main weapon is an axe, and you'll have magic to assist you. Main difference being the gun, of course. The gunplay will allow you to take enemies out from afar, or hurt them enough so your axe can finish them off. Flintlock, the Siege of Dawn is going to be an all-out action masterpiece, with epic fights and lush scenery. This is one that you'll have to keep an eye on that will be released hopefully later in the year. This is something straight out of the 80s. Turbo Kid is here to show us all that Metrovanias and sick bike jumps should be combined more often. Turbo Kid is a retro Metrovania, maybe we should start calling them Retrovanias, that'll make you wonder why you never got a mode of transport in other games. That's right, it's BMX in time, dudes, and the world needs someone with a BMX right now. The world is a wasteland, and you and your trusty steed are the only ones with the power to stop them. Travel around the undergrounds to find the weird beasts that call this place home, and look towards saving everyone, one 360 spin at a time. I'm so hyped for this game. Metrovanias are amazing, but sometimes it's so easy to get lost. But imagine now if you had a bike. I'd be able to ride around at the speed of sound. I might have places to go, but I've just got to follow that rainbow. Any Sonic fans around for that one, eh? But yeah, Turbo Kid will be a fantastic adventure for anyone who's looking for something a little extra with their normal Metrovania. And sadly, the final game of the list of new trailers. Seeing as we already have one time traveling game, we might as well just go and add another. This is Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate. This time traveling VR adventure is a remake of the critically acclaimed game Wanderer. This isn't your typical time traveling game. You'll be actually walking in the same footprints as those who came before you. As you sit down at your chair, you'll use an item that is linked to the past, and it will take you to an event, a certain place in time, or even somewhere like space. You'll have no idea where you might end up, but that's all part of the fun. VR shouldn't always be scary games or shooters. The ideas of Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate, is beautiful. Someone's memories getting to be seen again, or being able to see something important from the person's own eyes. I can't wait to see who I become and get to experience multiple different things that I would never get to do in real life. And that's the end of the list of new game trailers released this week. Let me know down in the comments if you like the look of any of these games, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye!